Grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Yeah, what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you.
Before we start this video, I just want you to know that there's some pretty graphic messages here. So if you're triggered by any types of graphic sexual encounters, this is your warning to click off of the video. One of the most popular sports personalities in the world right now is none other than Shannon Sharpe. The guy is very charismatic, he's really funny, and he has a lot of fun catchphrases that people just seem to love. Shannon Sharpe is so powerful in the space that 2 years ago he left Fox Sports' Undisputed, and the show practically crumbled once he left. His partner Skip Bayless has practically been semi-retired ever since then, whereas Shannon Sharpe decided to pivot and double down on online content and make regular appearances on First Take. Now, Sharpe partnered with The Volume, which was Colin Cowherd's online brand, in 2023, a few months after leaving Undisputed, and as a result, his podcast Club Shay Shay immediately became one of the biggest podcasts in sports. He then created another podcast with Chad Ochocinco called Nightcap, and that has arguably been even more successful. Since then, Shannon Sharpe has done interviews that have went viral with Cat Williams.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
And regularly features NFL stars and celebrities on his podcast to this day. Now, as a result, his contract with The Volume has recently expired, and now he's currently eyeing a $100 million podcast deal as his contract does expire, right in time for the NFL draft. And you know what else is happening right in time for the NFL draft? PrizePicks just dropped an insane new promo. PrizePicks has an awesome promo for the NFL draft where you can win a share of $500,000 in free lineups if you make 3 picks correctly, and this lineup could be entered for free. For me personally, I have Ashton Jainty getting picked later than 6.5, which means he has to be picked 7th or later for me to hit. I have Mel Kiper saying upside more than 3.5 times because that man loves the word upside, and I have Travis Hunter getting picked way later than 2.5 because we already know who number 1 is going to be. It's going to be Cam Ward, and I think number 2 is going to be Abdul Carter. If you want to make these picks for free, make sure you use my promo code Mikerophone to get a free $50 when you make an entry of $5 or more, and thank you PrizePicks for the sponsor. Now, you might be wondering why we're making a video on Shannon Sharpe. Big deal, Shannon Sharpe is securing a huge $100 million plus payday. So why would we make a video on that? Well, at the same time that a report came out that Shannon Sharpe is securing a huge payday, we also found out that Shannon Sharpe was being sued for some pretty heinous allegations. A woman by the name of Gabrielle Zuniga, who is being represented by Tony Busby, is suing Shannon Sharpe for assault. Now, funny enough, as a result of this, people tried to figure out who this Gabrielle Zuniga girl is, and as a result, they dug up this profile and accidentally made the wrong Gabrielle Zuniga go viral. So this woman is not the woman in question. She actually posted this on her story saying that I'm just a girl who has the same name. Anyone who just followed me, please unfollow. Now, the basis of these allegations is there is a released audio of a conversation that this woman had with Shannon Sharpe where he sounds pretty freaking aggressive.
If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Now, obviously, context is everything here, and Shannon Sharpe is claiming that this is just the freaky deaky stuff that he's into. Now, it's important to note that this isn't the first time Shannon Sharpe has found himself in a pretty peculiar situation as a result of fun at Shannon Sharpe.
Morning. Yeah. Mainly when people see me, I'm at the airport, I'm at the gym.
Oh, you getting freaking.
Huh?
Give me some more.
It's too soon, Kai. I need a year.
And to be honest, since no one was being harmed, people just made fun of the fact that Shannon Sharpe accidentally went live on Instagram, and the result was, well, what you saw. Personally, I don't understand how on earth you can accidentally go live on Instagram. You have to push so many buttons on your phone to go live on Instagram. Like accidentally taking a picture on your camera might be one thing, but accidentally going live just never made sense to me. But anyway, Shannon Sharpe's way of defending himself as a a result of these allegations is pretty freaking bizarre. So Shannon Sharpe's first step in this would be releasing the text messages between him and the woman in question. Now, I know on paper this sounds insane, but the rationale here is Shannon Sharpe was pretty much trying to prove that this was a consensual relationship. It's just the means of which he chose to do this is just kind of bizarre. And just reading the transcript of these text messages is so insane. So the transcript literally starts with, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're f***ing me," which is such an insane way to start out any transcript. But it continues with, "I know you miss this big juicy $25K for each cheek." I don't really even know what that means. I don't know if she's trying to say you have to pay for this or whatever, but we'll just let that go. Now, it continues to say that this lawsuit filed by Gabriela Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby. Ooh, this is a Tony Busby lawsuit. If you guys don't know, Tony Busby is a part of many lawsuits that we've covered in the past. Most famously, Deshaun Watson and the thousands of allegations against him. I mean, he most recently filed to withdraw from the Diddy lawsuit in New York. So he's a lawyer that we've seen quite frequently on this YouTube channel. Now, the lawsuit continues by saying, orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. I mean, this is pretty freaking graphic. There's talking about choking and dog collars and all sorts of wild stuff. Now, contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of texts from Ms. Zuniga. For example, oh my god, here we go. This is insane. "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. I want to put my tongue in your and then marry you." Bro, what the That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me, and then you better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. So honestly, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out what this woman is truly after. I mean, you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a baby in me kind of means that she's trying to get pregnant, bro. I mean, it seems really obvious what's going on and what the agenda is. I don't think you need to be some sort of social genius to realize what's going on here. These text messages are insane. These messages are just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic communications initiated by Ms. Zuniga. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Ms. Zuniga. Bro, I don't think these are fantasy scenarios. I think she's actually trying to get knocked up by you. I mean, you're worth millions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't think it takes a genius to realize what's going on here. Now, Shannon Sharpe's transcript continues by saying the edited tape that Ms. Zuniga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual, but Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her planned setup as part of her blackmail scheme. As distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel, Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. Shannon Sharpe was like white side, backside, $25K per side, Lakers in 5. Trying to get the check, collars around my neck, receipts on deck, it don't matter, Lakers in 5. Trying to take my cash, they won't find my stash, I just wanted some ass, Lakers in 5. Okay, I'm done. I swear to God, I'm done. Fetish size, credit wise, telling lies, Lakers in 5. I'm done. I swear to God, I'm done. Don't click off the video. I'm done. I really shouldn't be laughing this much for a video with such serious allegations. I'm sorry. Now, there are multiple arguments to this situation. On one hand, people are saying these are pretty serious allegations, but on the other hand, people are also saying that it's pretty convenient that this lawsuit is coming right as Shannon Sharpe is in the headlines for potentially securing a $100 million payday. But at the same time, this isn't stopping Shannon Sharpe from getting memed on social media. I mean, look at what Paul Heyman just had to say on the Pat McAfee show as a result of it.
CM Punk does as much good to my reputation as Shannon Sharpe does to ESPN.
Paul Heyman wouldn't stop there. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is never on ESPN again as a result of saying this stuff.
You don't care about the opinions of most people who are very relevant in your life. You don't care about the opinions of the people who pay you. They go, hey, Mr. McAfee, don't talk about Shannon Sharpe on the air today. And you go, I talk about anything I want. Watch me swing my schlong all over the place.
Now, it's also important to note that Shannon Sharpe's attorney says that Sharpe made an offer to his accuser of at least $10 million to close out the case before it went public per TMZ Sports. I don't know what's more insane, the fact that Shannon Sharpe is proclaiming that he's innocent but was willing to pay $10 million to make this go away, or the fact that the accuser said, no, we want $50 million or nothing, because $10 million is a life-changing sum of money that we're talking about here. I would have just taken the money and ran.